enough, or you want to talk in some detail?
Yeah, I have some detail.
Yeah?
So at the moment, we live in two places. And we live in Buffalo, New York, and we also live in Puerto Rico. And I want to live in Puerto Rico more. I want to feel the sun every day for a year and experience that, because I've mostly always lived in Buffalo. So I'm attached to my desire.
So could you step back? Because if we were to ask you, and take some time to do it, so we're just going to do it the quick way. We're just going to tell you what you think. But if you were to break down why you prefer this to this, or why you like this about Buffalo and why you like this about Puerto Rico, at the root vibration of all of that is because you want to feel satisfied. You like freedom, you do like sunshine, but you just want to feel good. In other words, satisfaction is the reason that you make all the choices that you make. And what we want to show you is that if you can find more moments in time where you do feel satisfied, then the universe can work out more ways for you to feel that satisfaction in more ways. And what you begin to discover is, you see, because here's what happens. Oh, you're gonna like this so much. This is a really new conversation that we're having right here. Same basis, but you're gonna hear it in a way that you haven't heard it before. So let's say that you're more satisfied in Puerto Rico than you are in Buffalo. So therefore, let's say that you are sometimes less satisfied in Buffalo, or even dissatisfied, that there are things about it. The winters are harsh and the sky is cloudy and whatever it is, but you don't feel satisfied there sometimes. So from that not feeling satisfied, you've launched rockets of desire about what you prefer, and your inner being has focused upon those rockets. So things are in the works. Cooperative components are being gathered to provide the manifestation that satisfies. But hear this, when you're standing over there in the attitude of the dissatisfaction of Buffalo, and then you're making decisions about how you could become more satisfied from your place of dissatisfaction, you can't get there from there. You cannot get there from there. Isn't that freaky? That annoyed Esther so much when she got the hang of that. So I have to be happy about what I'm not happy about in order to get what I think I need in order to be happy. That's jacked up, she said. The universe should give me what I want, just like my mother used to do. So what did we just say? Here's the best way to put it. Gonna like this. You're always under the influence of something. So the question is, are you under the influence of your connection? Are you under the influence of your inner being? Are you under the influence of all of that? Or are you under the influence of something that is not satisfying? If you're under the influence of something that is not satisfying, and you get ideas about how to make it better, those ideas, since they came from being under the influence of something that cannot possibly give you anything other than more of what, because when you're under the influence of dissatisfaction and ideas come from you, the new ideas that come from you when you're under the influence of dissatisfaction have to be unsatisfying too. Wow. Isn't that a nice way to realize that? So, but when you're satisfied, and as in the discussion before, there are so many things that we know that you naturally feel satisfaction about. So what we're doing here in these really recent conversations is we are helping you to realize what the receiving mode feels like. We've been saying to you for a long time, so you create your own reality, and law of attraction exists, and law of attraction sorts everything out, and you came into this physical body, and you're more than this physical body. When you first got here, you're not physical energy. You came into this physical body, and then you start sifting and sorting through all the stuff. You've heard this so many times, we're just going to be real fast about sifting and sorting through all this stuff, and you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you launch the rockets, and then it goes into this vibrational reality. Then later we called it the vortex, and then we said, you get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex, till you did not want to hear us say, live an extraordinary life anymore. You get in the vortex, 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 until you began to cry out collectively, how do we get in the vortex? Where's the doorway to the vortex? How can I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? In other words, how can I turn these thoughts to reality? So we began saying, You have to be in the receiving mode. You have to raise your vibration to the vibrational equivalency of what the vortex, what your inner being, what everything that you're asking for is. And when you are vibrationally equivalent, then ideas will begin to flow into your experience. And now we are saying to you that that feels like satisfaction. And it doesn't matter how you get there. If you meditated to quiet your mind, and when you stop thinking the thoughts that aren't satisfying, satisfying thoughts become the thoughts that you're thinking. Unless you're doing that thing you do that keeps you from being satisfied, you'll be satisfied. When you get into the receiving mode, then ideas begin to flow, and those ideas will lead you to the reason that you want to be there. They will lead you to the experiences that will provide for you the same essence of what you find there. First conversation years and years ago that we had similar to this was a woman said, you say that we can have anything we want, but I want to live in the mountains and my husband wants to live at the beach, and we want to be together. And so how's that going to work out? And we said, when each of you identifies the essence of why you want to be there, what is the feeling behind why you want to be wherever you want to be? What is the satisfying reason that you want to be there? When you focus upon the satisfaction that you want to feel, and you let the universe work out the details instead of you trying to work them out from your dissatisfied place where you'll never find resolution, get satisfied and watch how creative the universe is, because you've put way more in your vortex than you know. And there are way other ways to be satisfied than to be in Puerto Rico. And there are lots of things about living in Buffalo that you like even better than some of the things that you experience when you're in Puerto Rico. In other words, the universe can sort it out and give you all that you want from wherever you are. You'll reach the place where you'll understand that you could be anywhere and be satisfied. But that's not the reason we're teaching you this. You worry about that. You think, oh, Abraham has an ulterior motive. They just want us to get happy, and nothing good ever has to happen to us again. We'll just be happy anyway. But that's not how it works out. When you get happy, somebody will give you a bottle of hot water. When you get happy, the universe will knock itself out to please you in all kinds of different ways. When you get happy, there is no bottom to this bottomless reservoir of things that will surprise and delight you. Talk about liking to be satisfied. Oh, helpful?
It's helpful. I just have one question about it. So I often get into the receiving. I actually love it. It's very delightful.
We're certain of that.
Okay. So
except on this one subject.
So the one subject of the kids, for example, because at this moment,
those two subjects
are lined up perfectly. Like I could easily transition into this place, or easily transition, or stay more permanently here. And so when
why are you trying to figure it out?
What I'm figuring out.
Why are you trying to figure it out? Do you not trust the universe? You don't think that you've all lived a lot of life and you've all built a collective vortex and the universe knows? This is something that you may be missing. A lot of you may be missing this. We've been saying it a lot, but you're going to hear it right now in a way you've never heard it before. And law of attraction is gathering all of the cooperative components. So all of the components of your children's desires and all of the components of your desires, all of the components of all of that have been gathered, and the universe knows exactly, your inner being knows exactly how to satisfy everything you all want. But humans think, oh, well, you're going to have to give up some things in order to get some other things. That's not how it works. You just have to give up your resistance, and then you can get all things. Esther used to wonder, Abraham, if I create my own reality, then how come you keep saying that the universe is going to surprise and delight me? How can it surprise me if I create my own reality? Aren't I pretty clear about what I'm asking for? So won't I say, oh, it's about time you got here? Or, oh, I recognize you. Well, the reason the universe can surprise and delight you is because you cannot possibly comprehend the combinations of cooperation and surprises and delights that all has been blended in your vortex. You cannot comprehend the potential for your joyous satisfaction. But when you just find a reason to be satisfied and a reason to be satisfied, so you're in the receiving mode and the thought drops in and the impulse drops in, you follow the impulse over there, you might very well and very soon lead yourself through impulse following to something that is so much more extraordinary than anything that you've ever known before, and will fill in all the missing pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I totally got that.
Because there must be a reason that sometimes you're in Buffalo. What is it?
There's so many reasons. Great people, it actually is a very beautiful place.
Yes.
We have great connections with a lot of people. I love my home there. I love what I created there. I love what I created there.
Yes.
I love my lifestyle there.
Yes.
There's.
Is there
I
any
could go
work
on
to be done there? In other words, is there any employment or any occupation? You're just there because you could be anywhere?
I could be anywhere.
You could be anywhere.
I could be anywhere.
You could be anywhere.
Yeah. I'm
You
gonna
could
be in Greece.
You could
with
be anywhere. You
Yeah,
could be anywhere.
anywhere.
But somebody, not you, knows where that place is that will satisfy
Okay.
everything.
Everybody too. I guess that's the desire. I want to satisfy everybody in my
So here's the
immediate
question.
group.
This is what we want to ask you.
Yeah.
Oh, big
Yeah.
thing coming here. Listen.
Okay.
We'll just enjoy it ourselves for a while. Do you want to satisfy the unsatisfied aspect of your family, or do you want to satisfy their vortex version?
The vortex.
Do you really
I
want to
really
satisfy
want
them?
to.
Well, if you really want to satisfy them, then stop making decisions
Yes.
from the complaints they're offering.
Yes. Okay.
And you get into the receiving mode and then follow the impulses that come. Oh, can you just imagine what it's like to get to witness satisfaction of people that you love so much?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was so good. Thank
Really
you.
good. Really good. Really good.